And we come back here, Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey, and I think we got things settled there. It's always something, isn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, but that's what keeps us on our toes, Brian.
There you go. We're going to have to trade these, I think, though.
You think so?
Go ahead and talk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, for some reason. Oh, there we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Is that better? Huh? Okay.
Test. There we go. All righty. Yeah, we are here.
Hi.
We're ready to go.
Hi.
Yeah, it's always something.
It is, but that's okay. Again, that's what keeps us on our toes.
There you go. Hey, we're ready. Big game tonight, Grizzlies. You mentioned it earlier. Big loss last week against Farrington out of Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Close game.
Now, though, this is a team, the Pigeon Bowl comes in here.
Yep.
Last year, we remember what happened. 21-0 at halftime. Grizzlies came back. They lost 21-20.
Heartbreaker it was. Forest Grove scored all the points in the first half. McMinnville scored all the points in the second half and had a chance at the end to really do some things. But there was a young quarterback for Forest Grove out on the field last year. His name was Caden Hale. And I'm pretty sure Forest Grove is looking to have him back this week. Don't think he played much last week. Word on the street is that he will be in tonight's ball game, and so it'll be interesting to see how that goes for McMinnville. He, of course, kind of sliced and diced McMinnville in that first half. He's an elusive type of runner, Brian. It'll be interesting to see who actually comes out to take the ball game, start of the ball game for Forest Grove.
Well, as we get ready here, good crowd here and a great atmosphere, Jeff. Of course, there's a lot going on in the world, a lot going on in our area as well.
Yeah.
A lot of warnings out there.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers with a lot of people all up and down the valley, out into the canyons, up and down the Cascades and mountain passes, even over to the coastal range. There's a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully everything's okay. And with wherever you may be watching and or listening to this game, we hope nothing but the best from you. But we have some high wind warnings here in the valley, and advise you to pay attention to any warnings that may come your way via your utility companies, your sheriff's office, whatever. But right now we're ready to play a little bit of football here, Brian, in Forest Grove. McMinnville getting set to kick off.
We are. The wind will play a factor in this game as well, Jeff. We were down on the field here just moments ago, and the wind is howling out there.
It is howling. I mentioned to you, fortunately, though, it's an east-west wind.
Right.
Not good for the fire situation, but good for a football game because you're not really going into it. It's, you don't have one quarter going into it, one quarter with it at your back. It's on your side both ways. So that's a little bit of an advantage for either team. They don't have to worry about picking the field goal end that they want to go to.
Tarika Rue kicks off the ball, and it is taken back about the 15 and going right here and hit right near the 33-yard line, right in front of the Grizzly bench. And that's where the Vikings will start. And, Jeff, one thing about last week's game, a lot of penalties.
Oh, way too many. McMinnville started off good. They only had 2 in the first half, Brian, but 7 in the second half. Really kind of set them back against that Farrington High School football team. Be interesting to see if they can improve on that tonight's ball game.
That will be one of the keys, I think, too, Jeff, is just going to be stopping the run. Can they do that tonight and not give up some big plays like they did last week? All righty, as we get ready to start, first play for the Vikings. Here's the handoff going on the left-hand side and right up the middle. Immediately they are going to test this defensive line, and the run there by Sam Blanton, the senior. He powers his way for about 3.5 yards.
Yep, just a little straight up the middle type of run play there, Brian. Nothing simple or nothing too technical there on that play. In at quarterback, Nolan Hudgens. He's a 5'11", 146-pound sophomore.
Wow.
So he's a young one, getting some stripes early in this football season.
Hutchins is going to be pushed over to the far side. He's going to throw it. It is caught, and it is going to be going forward. And just like that, we have a flag coming in from the back judge, not before a pass about 4.5 yards.
Yeah, I think that might be roughing the passer at the end of the play there, Brian. That's my guess, based upon where it was thrown.
And they're actually talking, I believe, that maybe Faye, and just letting them know exactly what you can and can't do. And what was one sophomore to the other out there is Faye is a big key to this defense in that first game. And now, Jeff, look, they may have just picked up the flag, or they're talking about. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I kind of thought that's what I saw late.
So they're going to mark it off.
Yep, and that's going to be the first penalty of the ball game, Brian. It's a big one. Gives a first down automatically to the Forest Grove Vikings. So fortunate play right there.
That was a big problem last week for McMinnville, or penalties. And penalties that are going to hurt you. And that one right there is going to hurt you.
And we hope it doesn't continue to hurt you. The ball going to go all the way down to the 42-yard line.
You probably noticed we got a little ladder there that you might see in the frame, and there's going to be a fumble in the backfield, and the Vikings are going to recover it. And Jeff, fortunately, Blanton was there for the Vikings. Second time, though, that Hutchins has dropped back and not run in or bumped into his running back. They did in the play before as well.
Yeah, it almost had the looks of an old Statue of Liberty play, to be honest with you. The way that Hutchins had the ball so high up in his hand, and Blanton kind of standing behind him. Really thought that might be a Statue of Liberty type of play.
Hutchins going to throw it. Going to throw it right here, and it is incomplete. Ball was intended right here on the near side for Hunter Stevens, and that's going to bring up third down.
Well, you can see right now, Brian, Nolan Hutchins doesn't have a cannon. A lot of those, all the passes so far have not been downfield. They've been very close to the line of scrimmage. That ball was definitely catchable. I think the wide receiver, Hunter Stevens, kind of took his eyes off the ball on that play. Brings up third and long, I think.
It is 10:29 to go here in the first quarter. Hutchins going to drop. He's going to hand it off to Blanton. Nothing there. And guess who made the play, Jeff? Landon Fay, the 6'3", 235-pound sophomore. Kind of makes up for his roughing the passer there and comes up with a big play behind the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up fourth and long now.
Those are two great plays in a row by him on the offensive running side of the ball. Fourth down now. Forest Grove looks to be in a pass formation here. Wouldn't surprise me, though, if they drop back to punt.
Hutchins going to call for it. High snap, and he's just going to kick it, and it may have been partially blocked, but he gets a pretty decent punt and a good roll as it continues to go inside the 20 and down right around the 18-yard line, and that's where the Grizzlies will take over on their first possession. Wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
Yeah, it reminded me of the old Jerry Pettibone days, the quick kick, so to speak. But good defense by McMinnville to get the ball with 9:41 to go here in the first quarter. Deep field position, though, at their own 18. So they're going to have to put a drive here together, Brian, to get some points on the board.
If you're McMinnville, what worked last week, Jeff, that they can use this week?
Well, in the second half, Austin Rapp worked really well. And that running game kind of got going, and I'd like to see that happen again here tonight, Brian, early in this game.
Oh, Rapp is in the backfield. The Grizzlies wearing their red pants, red helmets. And guess who gets it first? Rapp, and he's going to try to go to the right. Now he's going to cut it to the inside, and he's going to be taken down. Good job defensively there by the Vikings to take him back to the 16.
That was one of the things we talked about last week, Brian. A little bit too much dancing in the backfield instead of getting up the field, and Rapp kind of got caught in that on that play right there, and loses 2.5, 3 yards on the play. So this is where McMinnville doesn't want to be, behind the chains.
9:15 and counting.
Referee in the huddle, speaking with the guys in the huddle there for some reason. Not quite sure what he was doing, but
some encouraging words.
Yeah, hey, keep it up, guys. Play well. Something.
Second and 12. As we come back, and one of the big things, Kane Sullivan, shotgun formation. He is starting this game. He played all last week except for one play. Here's Rapp, breaks through, breaks a tackle, and he's going to get close to a first down. Pick up about 11 there for the Grizzlies. A nice run there by Austin Rapp on third down.
Yeah, he hit that hole hard and really almost able to break away as the offensive line really pushed the defensive line to the offensive line's right, and then Rapp cut back against that grain, Brian. So we got 3rd and 1 here. I'm going to guess you're going to see Austin Rapp again.
Would be my guess. You have Kane Sullivan also back there. You might be a little quarterback keeper, and then it's not going to be. He's going to go to the up back, who's going to go through, and he's going to get a first down just past the 29. And so they fooled everybody there, Jeff.
Yep. Nick Gibson on the run, Brian. His first playing time of the year. Did not play last week's game, so good to see Nick in there. He's a 5'7", 160-pound junior. Gets the first down for McMinnville.
1st and 10 from the 29. As you'll see the ladder in the picture for a little bit, and that's okay. We'll try to get through that. And a little miscommunication there. I believe Gibson was... Yeah, it was, and Gibson finally took it away from Sullivan there, Jeff, and got enough for a few yards, still about the 33-yard line.
It's what you got to do sometimes.
Yep.
And sometimes you got to be aggressive as the running back, so to speak.
Well, here we go. They are going to go with a little bit of efficiency and a little bit of speed getting up to the line, and they drew the Vikings offsides. I think that's a planned play there, Jeff.
I think you're right. You go, wait for the second call, but really sell it. And I think McMinnville did that. So the ball with the 5-yard penalty is going to bring up 2nd and 1 here. So do you do something kind of razzle-dazzle here, Brian? Maybe a long pass to your big tight end in the slot there?
Well, I tell you, you've got the ladder kind of framing the picture right now, as you can see. Maybe Kane. No, Kane's kind of behind the barrier there, but we'll get him in focus here eventually. Here we go. 2nd and 1. You're right. They're going to go for it, Jeff. They're going to go across the middle. It is caught and going through for a first down to the 45. And coming up with a big reception there was that Gabe Blanco. It was Blanco.
Yep.
And here they come.
Nice reception to the 45.
All right.
7 yards on the play.
It's the ladder mostly out of the screen there. And we'll tighten in a little bit. Here we go. 7-13 and counting. It's taking their time. That's what they did last week a little bit as well, and that's okay. And here's going to be a little option. He's going to pitch it. Ball's on the ground. Rapp picks it up. He's going to come back this way. And he's not going to get anywhere. Good job defensively by the Vikings to stay with it. And Rapp just tried to make something out of nothing. And confusion once again, handing off the ball. It's happened at least twice, once with Gibson, and now with Sullivan.
Yep, and that's a 4-yard loss. Brings up 3rd and 14, and you think in the second game of the year you'd have those miscommunication things taken care of. So we'll see what happens as the game goes on. But a little bit of an ominous start. A couple of plays in the backfield for McMinnville.
That gets us back into the
3rd and long.
The 3rd and long, and then 3rd and ladder. As we are back in the ladder. Here's the pass through the ladder here, and it is caught. And right in front of the Viking bench is Tyler Mishler, and the senior picks up a couple yards, more than I thought. He gets to the 46-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down now.
I like that little swing pass, but it was to the short side of the field, and you're not usually going to get a ton of yardage there on a play like that, and hence he got 5 yards.
Stops the clock with 6:19 to go.
Interesting that McMinnville appears to be going for it here.
Yes, they are. Let's see what they decide. 4th and 9. Sullivan's going to draw it back. He's going to look to the right. He's going to throw to the center, and incomplete. Pass was overthrown, intended for Blanco. Nothing there. Going to give the ball back to the Vikings with good field position with 6:14 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, Tomlin is saying, I trust my defense with that play, Brian.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right, because why go for it in your own territory?
Yep.
And you're going to give it to them. The officials are talking down there. Not sure what they're saying.
Don't see a flag.
I'm looking. They're going to say a ball to Forest Grove.
Yep, over on downs. That's the right call, in my opinion.
Not sure if they saw something there, but here we go. 6:14 to go. Second possession for the Vikings. Grizzlies are showing blitz. They back off on it, and they're going to hand it off.
Yes.
And good job
Guess who,
defensively.
Brian?
Well, Yeah, Blanton with the carry.
Yeah.
And that was Fay with the tackle.
Yep, and Keeler also in there from his defensive line spot. It was almost like they shot all the gaps and were in the backfield really, really quick as a loss of 4 on the play. Poor Blanton, he's got minus 14 yards on 4 carries already.
Wow.
3 carries have been negative yards.
Fay's a big part of that.
Yep.
Here we go, and they're going to throw it. They're going to throw it across the middle, and it is caught, and it's going to be near the first down. Not sure if he's going to get, give him 2 yards short, I should say, as he gets to the 38-yard line. It's not pretty, but effective there by the quarterback getting the ball in there.
Well, Hunter Fronhart made the play there, and from his inside receiver position, and a nice run and catch by him to get them into pretty good field position.
3rd down and 2 now. They're going to run a little option here, and they pitch it, and it's going to be going forward, going to be about a yard short, gain of 1. And it's Blanton with a carry for positive yard, a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th and 1 now for the Vikings.
Another big call here for head coach Camden McFarland in the first quarter. Do you go for it? I think they probably do here.
I agree. I got to say, though, way too much action between the ladder right now.
Yeah. Well, that's the unique thing about high school football. You
are
just
correct.
never kind of know what you're going to get at the stadium.
You are correct. Makes it fun. Here we go. A handoff. Blanton's going to roll around the right side, getting into first down or more. He's going to break on the sideline. He's going to get this crowd going. And a big first down and a lot more for the Vikings.
McMinnville defense looking up the middle, and the fake kind of went there, but Blanton kicks it outside and going to get down to the 17-yard line on a nice 20-yard run to the outside. Great play by Blanton.
Hutchins comes in shotgun formation. Blanton behind him once again. Hand it off to him. He's going to go around the left side.
Nice play.
And he is going to be taken down. Initially stood up there by the Grizzlies, Austin Weeks. And, Jeff, it's nice to hear Austin's name again.
Yes,
because he is effective on defense when he's out there.
Well, when he's playing that defensive line, end position, or stand-up outside linebacker position, he really does make a difference at times, Brian, and that was an excellent play. He kept Blanton from breaking it outside by holding on to the contain.
3:53 and counting. This is the second possession for the Vikings. Hutchins going to drop back. He's going to throw. He throws across the center, and it is almost intercepted. He threw it to triple coverage there, and almost intercepted in the middle of the field by Ackerman. Right place, right time.
Yeah.
But it is going to be incomplete.
You said it, Brian. Triple coverage, if not quadruple. Looked like Fay was in there as well, getting his big paws in the passing lane. And you got to figure this is 4-down territory for Forest Grove. So they'd like to get at least half of the 13 yards that they need here for a first down on this play.
3rd and 12. Hutchins going to throw it. He drops back. He looks. He's going to be a little bit of pressure. Throws for the end zone.
Nice play.
And it is incomplete. Good job defensively by McMinnville.
Guess who again, Brian? 2 out of the last 3 plays made by Austin Weeks. The defensive end / outside linebacker dropping back 15, 17 yards into coverage to swat that ball away. What an excellent play on that defensive stand. 4th down now.
4th down it is. And it is 4th and 12. Ball sitting on the 20-yard line. Vikings going from our left to the right side. As you can see on your computer screen. Hutchin comes up. He drops back. He's looking across the center. He throws it for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Tipped away. And the Grizzlies will get it back on downs.
Great play again, but he threw it into, again, 2 to 3-man coverage on the backside there. And nice defensive stand for McMinnville after giving up a critical 4th and 1 where they got 20 yards on the play down the sideline.
Well, you know the defense can make some plays, but now you've got to get your offense going, Jeff. Second possession, and now let's see what the Grizzlies can do here when still a little late in the first quarter, 3:31 to go.
I'd like to see McMinnville get a sustained drive here, Brian.
Sullivan, shotgun formation. He's going to have trouble with the snap, and he's going to go forward and then taken down, and then a flag comes flying in. And if you look at Landon Fay, had a big scrimmage down there on the line. I'm trying to see who that is, Jeff. It's James Oberhelman, 6'5", 190, and it's fun to watch those two go at it. Some big guys down there.
Some big dudes. Looks like we're going to have a block in the back against McMinnville. So they're going to mark it back 10 yards, Brian, on the penalty. And again, penalties have not been the friend of McMinnville so far this season. Got to get that cleaned up. So we repeat first down, 1st and 20 now from the 10-yard line.
3:24 to go here in the third quarter. Grizzlies struggling offensively, trying to get the ball moving a little bit. Sullivan's going to hand it off to Rapp, and he is going to be taken down. Good job defensively by the Vikings. That's one thing. They've really stepped up, Jeff.
Yeah.
And you can see they are playing hard.
Yeah, they're pinching towards that middle, Brian. You saw that defensive line push in, clogged up all the holes for a Rapp, and he lost one on that play. So going the wrong way right now for McMinnville. Rapp is 5 carries for 5 yards, Brian. So that's that. Let me do the math there. That's 1 yard per carry.
I was going to say, you can figure that one out pretty quickly. Here we go. 2nd down now and 20. Dropping back, Sullivan looking here on the near side. He's going to throw here on the near side. Does he have a receiver? It is incomplete. Through behind him.
And a flag comes in late. I'm wondering if they're going to get offensive pass interference. Shouldn't be any pass interference in my mind. Both guys going for the ball. Looked like the wind may have affected that ball as it trailed off to the sideline. Interesting here to see what they call.
Looking to see the wind a little bit because it was blowing quite a bit down there, and it's still blowing. I'm not sure how more of the flags are going pretty fast. So.
Yeah, and again, it's blowing east to west, so it pushed that ball towards the outside and let's see, we got pass interference on the offense.
Yeah, you called that one.
I thought it might be the way he pushed to get away. So they declined that penalty. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 21.
Well, you're getting this crowd into it, for one thing.
Well, the nice thing about declining the penalty, it doesn't count in the official stats.
Oh, there you go. There's always a positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
All righty, here we go. This is a passing down, it looks like. As Sullivan's going to draw it back. He's going to throw. He's going to drop it off.
Nice
screen
play.
And you are correct. Screen play, no good. Defensively coming up big for Forest Grove. Is that 50, Jeff? Hard to read those numbers. But
it is hard to read those numbers.
Reyes Diaz with the play, and that's going to bring up 4th down. I would say this is probably a punting situation here.
I think you're right. No gain on the play, but it counts as a reception.
Carson Thomas on to kick for the Grizzlies. He's standing about 8 yards deep in his own end zone.
Good snap here is needed. Nice.
And he gets it, and he gets it off. Not a great kick, but it's going to go and hit at about the 33 and then down at about the 35, 36-yard line. And Forest Grove will have good field position with 1:58 to go in the quarter. Still no score.
Well, both teams kind of still trying to find themselves here in the first quarter, Brian, quite honestly. But Forest Grove winning the field position, inching their way down towards the goal line here. So McMinnville's going to need another big stand here.
And I'll say it again, but we're behind the ladder.
Yeah. Sorry.
It is what it is, right?
Yep.
Here we go. 1:58 to go. Let's see what they can do. Defensively, handoff, ball's on the turf, and it's going to be recovered by McMinnville, I think.
Yep.
And it is at the 38-yard line. So, Jeff, they had problems with the handoff. Both possessions so far. Now the third possession, first snap, they have trouble with it again.
Well, McMinnville with the big first play of the ball game, so to speak, and they get the ball right back on the turnover. And, Brian, sometimes you got to get those breaks, and you get the ball where you can, and then drive down and score. So let's see what McMinnville can do here with 1:54 to go.
Bad thing is it keeps it inside the ladder.
It does. Sorry.
We can only do what we can do. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 ball And Sullivan throws it right here, and it's right in front of the Viking bench, and a big hit right there. Not before it picked up a few yards to about the 41.
Big hit. You mentioned it, but Tyler Mishler with the reception here on the near side. Just kind of a quick out. Let's get 3 or 4 yards. They're going to give him 3 out to the 41. Get a rhythm going is what McMinnville needs to do here.
Trying to go a little up-tempo here, at least showing up-tempo.
You know, I haven't seen Mitchell Taylor out there, the tight end, yet for McMinnville.
Dropping back is Sullivan. He double pumps. He goes on the far side, has a man wide open, and it's caught. And it's going to be touchdown Grizzlies. What a play and what a throw. Kane Sullivan, 62 yards, I believe, on the pass. Jeff, couldn't have timed that any better.
That was a great play, Brian, and that went to Mason Yoakum, the 6-foot, 175-pound senior, just on a fly pattern. You saw a little pump fake by quarterback Kane Sullivan, and then he saw the wide-open receiver streaking down the far side for the pitch and catch for the touchdown. What a great play.
1:11 left to go in the first quarter. Grizzlies strike first as they'll bring on Brew to kick the extra point. Here's the snap. It's good. The kick is up, and the kick is good as well. Oh, with 1:11 left to go in the first quarter, Grizzlies, they lead 7-0. Don't go away. We'll be back with more right after this.
Caring creates healthier lives and healthier communities. And when you need health care, we're here for you, providing medical expertise with a human touch, right here at home, whenever you may need us. From welcoming newborns into the world to life-changing surgeries, routine health screenings to life-saving emergency care, we're here to provide compassionate, high-quality health care to you and your loved ones. From the routine to the unforeseen, we're here for you.
If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. And go Grizzlies!
In your way for the next couple plays, Brian.
That's right, as we come back here as the kickoff. And now if you're McMinnville, you want to come back, Jeff, leading 7-0. You want to make a big play here and put a little bit of pressure on the Vikings.
Yep. Definitely. Nolan Hudgens remains in at quarterback.
He's going to drop back. He's going to get out of pressure, and then he's going to come to the right side.
Guess
and
who?
He finally gets taken down. Is that Lee? Is that Lay? Or
No.
No, it wasn't Faye.
That's Mitchell Taylor. So maybe Mitchell's only playing defense tonight. But a nice play. I thought it was Faye, but because they have a similar body type. But nice job there. Lost back to the 20-yard line. Brian, loss of 8.
36 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, McMinnville winning the up-front battles right now in the defensive trenches.
As they had a little bit of movement on the line, and Hudson hands it off to Blanton. Blanton is met right at the 22-yard line.
Got a little nervous there because Mitchell Taylor got upfield a little bit too far, in my opinion, and that's where the running back came to make the run. But good backup coverage there by the linebacking core of McMinnville to limit it to a 1-yard gain.
As that will end the first quarter of play. It was a good first quarter for the Grizzlies, and they have the lead right now, 7-0 after the first quarter. We're going to take a break and come back with the second quarter right after this on YamhillToday.com. Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation, and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. They also offer treatment for sports injuries and hands-on personal training for those who want to perform at their athletic best. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900. As we come back here, Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivy, and here we go to start the second quarter. Vikings drop back. They're going to throw it, and here's Hutchins. He looks, he throws it here, crossing pattern, and it is going to be ruled a reception.
Yep.
And he's going to pick up to about the, where are they marked?
31.
31, yep. So not a bad play there. Gained about 9 on the throw. So that'll bring up 4th down now.
That was Tyler Rebson on the reception.
Go out just a little bit. You can see that we've got still the ladder right there. But they've worked a lot in that area so far tonight, both teams. Here we go. They're going to go for it, Jeff. 4th and 8 from their own 31.
I was just going to say, they may be calling a timeout here.
I think
Coach might be rethinking his decision.
We'll take the timeout as well. 11-17 left to go in the second quarter. Grizzlies lead 7-0. Back after this.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! What the hey is Ty Tomlin going to deal up for us next quarter? I can hardly wait, but it's going to be great. It's Grizzly football. Hey, tomorrow, Big Box returns Saturday and Sunday only, 9 to 5, 2155 Northeast Lafayette.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill Today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
As we come back here we go, Jeff, 4th down. Are they going to go for it? Looks like they might. They're going to show it anyway, and he's going to punt it. He does. Hutchin gets it off, and it's going to hit at about the 48 and then drive itself into his own 48. They call it the 49, so not a great punt. But the Grizzlies now, Jeff, have a chance to great field position, and 11-10 to go in the second quarter.
Excellent field position now, Brian. They need to really take advantage of this ball on the plus 49-yard line. Excellent job there. That was only an 18-yard punt, so second punt of the game.
Well, we'll say it again, Jeff. The wind is playing havoc a little bit out there, and it's playing. I mean, if you look at the flags, they've kind of changed and moving more towards us, right into where he was kicking into. So not an easy place to punt going that direction for Hutchins.
For sure.
All righty, it's 1st and 10. Grizzlies have the ball in Viking territory.
It was a quick first quarter, Brian. Under 30 minutes to complete.
Take that all day long. Here we go. Sullivan, hard count, steps off, looks over to the sideline. Take his time. Something they did a lot last week. Hand it off, and it's going to go to Rapp. Rapp's going to break one tackle, and then breaks the second tackle. Still on his feet. Third tackle, fourth tackle. He is going to score. Austin Rapp with the touchdown, Grizzlies. Austin Rapp with a 49-yard run, and Jeff right up the middle.
Yep.
And that's something the Vikings really controlled early in the game, but in the last two possessions, seemed to be wide open.
Yeah, and Austin did a good job of breaking the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And then, we had talked about it a little bit too much east and west on some of his runs. That time he saw the hole open up as he banged through the middle there and then turned it on to run away from the defense. So excellent job there on the one play, 49-yard touchdown run by Austin Rapp.
Rue on to kick the extra point. Sullivan is holding. Taking his time. Here's the kick. It's not going to be good. It was just a line drive. Almost hit the official in the head down there underneath the goalpost. And the Grizzlies missed the extra point. And now the score is 13-0 here in the second quarter.
Well, I didn't think they could score on any quicker of a drive than they did their first drive that took 43 seconds. That drive took 12 seconds.
Gotta like that.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. It's a good sequence there, and good job there by Austin Rapp.
Yep.
Going to get his numbers way up as well.
They are, and I'll tell you what, Brian, that McMinnville defense did a great job in the first quarter, holding Forest Grove to 12 total yards of offense in that first quarter. Right now, they're at -5 rushing yards on the game and 27 yards passing through the game. So for 22 yards since the game started, but in that first quarter, 12 total yards of offense for Forest Grove.
Well, Jeff, if you're McMinnville, you've got to like the way you're playing. You've come out here, a couple big plays, but still, you've got to come out defensively and make something happen here, I think, once again.
You do. And there's an obvious, to me, a little bit of a obvious athleticism differential across a lot of the board on the defensive and offensive line and linebacking core. So you got to keep taking advantage of that, Brian. And then you saw, of course, Austin Rapp just run away from the defense as he broke into the secondary. So you've got a little bit of speed advantage at a lot of positions. So you just need to keep taking advantage of it and making smart plays.
All righty, here's Rue, and he's going to get his foot into it, and he gets it deep, and he's going to be taking it inside the 10 and going to the right side and gets behind the ladder. I couldn't tell you if it's number 2 or...
Yeah, their numbers are hard to read on the far side of the field. I can see them just nice and easy right here on the sideline, but when they get past that far side of the field, I really couldn't tell you who was carrying the football there. Going to mark him down at the 24-yard line. They'll start this drive. This their 5th drive of the ball game already, Brian.
Well, 10:50 to go in the second quarter. That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. We're behind the ladder once again, which is, perfect. So you like that. Hey, I want to thank all our sponsors here in Yamhill today. They do a great job of bringing you the actions. It wasn't for them, we couldn't have it done. So I want to thank everybody for that. If you could support your sponsors, mention us when you go in there.
That'd be awesome.
It would be great. It would be. Next week, Ridgeview on the road again.
Redmond.
That's right.
Hopefully. Hopefully we can get over there.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's a brand new high school over there. Second year, third year, something like that?
Second year, I think
so. Yeah, so exciting. New stadium to call a game from.
Yes, it is.
Keep checking them off our list.
There you go. We should make that list sometime. Maybe do a halftime show or something.
We got a delay game on Forest Grove coming out of the kickoff there. So that's going to back them up. Their first penalty of the ball. Oh, excuse me, their first penalty of the ball game. My bad.
All righty. Makes it 1st and 15 now. Here they go. They hand it off, and Blanton's going to get nowhere. Good job there by the defensive line, making the stop.
Well, you'll notice there's a new quarterback in there for Forest Grove, Brian, that being Caden Hale. And he had a big game last year against McMinnville, sitting out that first quarter, and he could be a difference maker. We'll see what changes McMinnville makes here on this drive.
Well, he is the guy that had that amazing first half last year against the Grizzlies. And you can see he hands it off, and Blanton is stopped behind the line of scrimmage in a big play.
Wow.
And coming up there, very excited after making the play, rightfully so, is Alex Kalender and the sophomore coming up big there.
Huge. 11 carries, no net yards for Sam Blanton. McMinnville really doing a good job of keeping him hemmed in. He did have a 20-yard run, but he's had other runs that have negated all that yardage.
Dropping back, looking to the right, getting a double pump, and then flushes himself out of there, and he's going to try to make something happen. Hale, and he goes forward, and he's going to get to the 21-yard line. Pick up of a few yards, but going to be way short of getting to that first down marker.
This is what happened last year, Brian, when he got out of the pocket, able to make some things happen, but that time McMinnville's defense up to the task of keeping him in check. Got to figure that they're going to punt here, but maybe not.
Well, it is 4th and 14. Here they go. Dropping back, and they're going to show that they're running, they're passing. They are going to pass it, and it's going to be almost intercepted right behind the post. You can't see it there, but almost was. One receiver and 3 defenders, and they give up great field position to the Grizzlies.
Yep, and I think you see why that they want Caden Hale in there, Brian. He's got a pretty good arm on that throw. Just unable to connect with the wide receiver. So McMinnville takes over. Excellent field position, Brian. 20 yards to go for a score.
Not much time taken off the clock either.
No.
9 minutes still left in the second quarter.
Took about a minute and a half off, so.
If you're McMinnville, Jeff, you want to try to go at them quickly, I think.
Yep.
And you try to go with Austin Rapp and just keep hitting them.
Keep hitting them.
Rapp is back there. I believe Gibson's also back there. Hard to see behind the post. Sullivan is back there. As they come up there. Taking his time is Sullivan looking over to the sidelines. Hands it off to Rapp, and he's going to go from nowhere, really. Good job defensively there by the Vikings, making the stop.
Going to be a loss of 1 on the play for Rapp. And he's up to 7 carries for 53 yards, Brian. Of course, 49 of that coming on the touchdown run, so 6 carries for net 4 yards.
Shotgun formation. Rapp with a hard count. He's going to step off.
Good to see Taylor out here on the right side, Brian. Single, looks like, single coverage.
Rapp gets it, breaks it through, and he's going to go to the outside. A hard hit on the far side. Not before he picked up a few yards, trying to see maybe 5 over there. Gets near the 15.
Quick play there by the linebacker. Can't see the number that came up and made the play, but Rapp gets down to the 15.
Third down now, 3rd and about 5. They're going to throw it. Sullivan throws across the middle. It is caught, and walking into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies, is Gabe Blanco. And Blanco just kind of set up in the middle of the field and said, hey, throw it right into my breadbasket. He did, and Blanco just kind of walked in backwards to get into the end zone.
That was a great play. Zip on that ball from Sullivan for the 15-yard touchdown pass. For sure. And Blanco just kind of went down in the middle of the field, turned in a little bit, just kind of sat there, waited for the ball to show up, and then quick spin move into the end zone.
All righty, let's see what they decide to do here. Looks like they are going to go for it. Sullivan's going to go to the right side. He's going to try to get into the end zone himself, and I don't think he does. He does get it.
Yep.
And he gets the 2-point conversion, and the Grizzlies have extended their lead now 21-0 with 7:46 to go in the second quarter.
Now let's remember, Brian, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is the lead that Forest Grove jumped out to last year against McMinnville. So game is definitely not over. But McMinnville looks to be pretty comfortable right now anyways.
Our score is 21-0, 7:46 to go in the second quarter. Grizzlies in the lead. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
Caring creates healthier lives and healthier communities. And when you need healthcare, we're here for you, providing medical expertise with a human touch, right here at home, whenever you may need us. From welcoming newborns into the world to life-changing surgeries, routine health screenings to life-saving emergency care, we're here to provide compassionate, high-quality healthcare to you and your loved ones. From the routine to the unforeseen, we're here for you.
This season's broadcast here on Yamhill Today is brought to you by the 200 Club. Thank you to the 200 Club for their support of Grizzly football right here. As we come back here, Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey, and Rue is going to kick it, and it's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line, and then go right up the middle, and then taken down at about the 25, and then a flag comes flying in.
And where that's at could be against either team, to be honest with you, Brian. But you got the ball out to the 26, and let's see if they're going to back up here or get some additional yards.
The officials are going to talk about it. Hey, just a reminder, Jeff, next week we'll be on the road taking on Ridgeview on the Ravens. And so we'll be there bringing you all the action here on YamhillToday.com. And big game tomorrow. A couple games. Oregon State got some big games.
They do. Well, I think one of them's a given and one of them's not so much a given. I think.
Well, I don't know which one you're talking of, but
no, I think Oregon's got a given.
Well, I think they played last week.
Yeah, but it's Eastern Washington. Let's and it's not the Eastern Washington of 10 years ago. So I think that's a given. I think Oregon State's got a battle going. I just do. I think it's going to be a tough game. It's down there. It's going to be heat. It's going to be an angry, raucous crowd. And first game on the road, so you just never know what's going to happen. Are they picking up the flag? They
gave flags on both sides, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Then why throw the flag?
I know.
What purpose does that serve? I'm not quite sure. But anyways, yes, two big games tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. I don't. What time do the Ducks play? I don't.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay.
And
they
supposed to be warm.
They are backing them up now. They've changed their mind.
It's supposed to be a warm one tomorrow as well and a windy one. So.
Yeah, and hopefully they don't have to cancel it. That would, that would suck.
Yeah.
But a lot of schools changed their games tonight to yesterday or tomorrow. So you got to be fluid in these situations.
We've been saying that since what? March of 2020?
22 or 20, yes.
Okay, here we go. 7:42 to go in the second quarter. It is 21-0. Grizzlies in the lead. And Vikings handoff. And going to go on the right side. Not much there. Good job defensively. And, Jeff, they've kind of stymied him there.
They have.
Blanton's just really not getting anything.
With the exception of one run of 20 yards, Brian, the other positive runs for Blanton have been 3, 1, and 1.
Wow.
So he is at 12 carries for -1 yards in the ballgame.
Wow.
That's your defensive front is doing something right when that happens.
He made a few adjustments after the first couple possessions. Here we go, and Hale's going to throw it. He's going to throw on the far side. It is going to be caught. Couldn't see it through the ladder, but it is caught. Is it number 4?
Yep.
Is that Rebson?
Yep, and I think that's why Caden Hale is in there, Brian. He's got that out. He was able to scramble all the way out to the 28-yard line. 17 yards on the pass play to Tyler Rudsom, his second reception of the night.
Once again, the ladder.
The ladder,
The ladder. The ladder view brought to you by Yamhill Today. What can you do?
Or Stanley Ladders.
We're going to make a phone call. Be right back. All right, here we go. 7:03 to go. We'll drop it off here, and ball is hitting the ground. They're going to say incomplete. And try to get to the outside a little bit, Jeff. Trying to see if they can get past some of these speedy guys on the line.
Loosen up the interior, but a little bit of a lackadaisical pass right there by Caden, if you ask me. Needs to maybe take that play a little bit more seriously.
Thank you. Sit down, please. Thank you. Second down and 10. Ball on the 29. Feel like I'm at work, Jeff. Pass right up the middle, slant pattern. And on the other side of the ladder, it's going to be a first down for the Vikings.
You know what? It's not going to be a first down.
Oh, they're going to mark him back.
They're going to mark him back at the 37, so 9-yard gain. That was a pass to Hunter Fronert. And they're just a yard short. I think the official blew the whistle dead before he broke free for those extra couple yards. So 3rd and 1 here.
6:30 and counting. Slowly coming up there, getting the call in from the sidelines.
But you can see Caden Hale's got a pretty good arm.
Oh, we saw that last year.
Yep.
Unfortunately, here's a little pass in the back and breaking through. It's going to be a first down and more, getting into Grizzly territory and getting the fans on the feet for the first times here in the second quarter.
Yep. That's a 15-yard pass play right there. And Hale now is 3 of 4 in the ball game and doing some things right.
Heard that Hale didn't practice much this week.
Nope.
But he is out there.
He's looking good.
He looks taller from last year, too. Pitch in the backfield. The ball's going to be on the turf, and the Grizzlies, they had a chance, but it is going to be a loss. There is. I threw it a little bit too much behind Blanton, I believe.
Loss of 7. That's a big play for McMinnville. And into the running back, Blake Yawn. First time he's been asked to carry the ball here for Forest Grove.
Oh, it is. You're right. You have better eyes than I do, apparently. Better glasses, maybe?
You're having to run the camera. I can really focus, Brian.
Focus. All righty. 5:17 and counting.
Quickly back in the game, Sam Blanton, though. That's the 3rd fumble on the ground for Forest Grove. They only lost 1, but you don't like to see that ball dancing around in the backfield like that.
Rolling over to the right, looking to the right, and kind of get some pressure, and finally going to throw it. Throws to the center of the field, and it's a 500 jump ball there, and incomplete, underthrew it. And he's got a tight end, I believe it was out there, Jeff, who's really tall. Had a chance for that.
He did.
Unfortunately, just underthrew it.
Yeah, and little number 21 over there for McMinnville, Grayson Seward, 5'7". You mentioned that the tight end almost jumped over the top of him, picked it up, but a good job by Grayson. Not the best decision by Caden Hale to throw against his body, but I understand what he was trying to do there, take advantage of the matchup. 3rd and 17 here.
Hale's going to take it. He's going to take it himself and try to run up there and not going to do anything. Good job defensively by the Grizzlies of making the stop. And coming up with the stop is Martino. Tyler?
We give him a generous spot of a yard on the play. And you got to figure they're going to go for it here.
Right.
It's been a pretty good drive. They started on their own 12-yard line. You remember after the penalty.
It is 4th down and 15. Ball is marked on the 46. Hale draws back. He's going to be flushed out. He's going to look. He's going to try to run it. He's going to break 1 tackle, try to break a 2nd tackle. He does, and he's going to be hit hard, and the ball pops out. Did he pitch it?
Mm-hmm.
The Grizzlies are going to say that they have it. No matter what, they stop him. They're marking him at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, the problem here is, Brian, there is a flag in the backfield.
There is?
And it makes me a little nervous, right about the 44-yard line, and they're going to decline it. There was a holding penalty, and McMinnville is going to decline. It's actually at the 42-yard line. So McMinnville is going to get the fumble recovery there. Second turnover of the night. It was going to go over on downs anyways. He was going to be short of the line to gain, but good job by the defense there.
4:03 to go.
And again, good field position for McMinnville. Going to have the ball at their own 41-yard line.
You're McMinnville. You want to probably take some time off the clock. Maybe make this your last possession of the half and not give Forest Grove another chance at it. And they will be receiving in the second half as well.
That is correct.
All righty, here we go. And here's a keeper there by Sullivan. He's going to power his way forward. And he's going to pick up about 4 yards, maybe 5, to the 46-yard line.
I like that play. Stop keying in on Austin Rupp is basically what that one said.
Yeah. And might think about seeing about those wide receivers out there as well. Been pretty quiet in this ball game so far.
We haven't seen that triple running backfield yet like we saw last week a couple times.
Still lots of time.
There is.
Taking some time off the clock, speaking of time. And they throw over on the far side. It is caught. And let's see where they mark it. Should be close to a first down. Was that Mishler with the reception. And it was a bullet that was thrown to Mishler. He turned around, the ball was already there.
Yep, they're gonna mark him a yard short.
Right.
That's probably a decent call there.
They have to get into Viking territory to their 49. Ball sitting right at midfield.
Got to figure this is 2-down territory with the way the defense has been playing.
Clock is stopped with 3:18 to go. And the Grizzlies decide they want to talk about it. And they barely got that off, I believe. Would have been close to being a delay of game.
Weren't 100% sold on that play call, I do believe.
All righty. Let's take the break as well. 3:18 left to go. It's in the second quarter. It's 21-0. Grizzlies in the lead.
At Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, their orthopedic surgeons specialize in diagnosing, preventing, and treating disorders and injuries that affect muscles, tendons, nerves, ligaments, bones, joints, and other connective tissues. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine strive to give you the highest quality of care with the most up-to-date orthopedic surgical techniques and non-operative treatments to help you get back into doing the things you enjoy. Their goal is to help you live your life to the fullest. Give them a call at 503-435-4520. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
As we come back here to action.
I like this matchup right out here, tight end against a little tiny cornerback. I'm going to be honest with you.
Big third down play. They go to wrap, and no, they let Sullivan keep it, and the Vikings had that sniffed out, Jeff, big time.
All right, but you know what? You do that because you're confident that you're going for it on fourth down.
Well, you lead 21-0 with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yep. I did like this matchup, though, out here with Mitchell Taylor being guarded by Kyle Fabella, 5'7" versus 6'3". I like this matchup out here.
Well, let's see. Sullivan gets the call from the sideline. 4th and 2. They give it to Rapp. He's going to come to the outside. He's going to get a first down on Moore. He's going to cut it to the inside behind the ladder. Still on his feet, and he gets down to the 33 where he trips and falls. But a big first down for McMinnville.
Or I like that call, too. That's a nice run, a good patient run up the middle, and then, well, not up the middle, off the tackle, and then kick it to the outside and get a nice 20-yard run there.
Trying to take a little bit of time, but they'd like to put some more points on this scoreboard.
Only their third first down.
Dropping back, looking to the far side behind the post, but it's caught, and it's going to be down inside the 15-yard line, and almost breaking through there was Blanco.
Yeah.
Blanco slams the ball down. He knew he had a chance, but a good tackle there, open field tackle by the defender.
Excellent pass by Sullivan as he got the ball in stride to the wide receiver Blanco, who gets down to the 14-yard line.
Here we go. Sullivan gets it. He's going to pitch it to Rapp. Rapp's going to roll on the right side. Breaks the tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Austin Rapp with another score for McMinnville. And just like that, the Grizzlies have added more points onto the board.
Yep, that was a great drive, Brian. A great sustained drive. Although, pull it on back. We've got a flag in the backfield. I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
So it's going to be a run to the back. That's too bad.
Rewind everything we just said for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say, can't you rewind that and redo it over the internet? Can we do that quick of a...
Oh, yeah. It's done. It's done.
Nice.
We've jumped back in time.
That penalty hurts.
And that's something that they had problems with last year, or last week, I should say.
Third penalty of
the game. Couple big penalties, too. I can't remember what the second one was, but the first one was big.
Yep, it was a 15-yarder roughing the passer.
And then the second one, not sure. But the third one here brings back a touchdown.
Yep. That's too bad.
Wow.
Well, maybe we'll get one here.
And it gets you back into the ladder, though. The ladder sequence.
It does.
Here we go. Sullivan draws back behind the ladder. He throws across the middle, has a receiver. It is caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Perfect pass by Mr. Sullivan to Mishler, who just did a slant pattern right up the middle, and the Grizzlies have put 6 more on the board.
You just took a few more seconds off the clock because of that third touchdown pass in this first half for Sullivan. 25. He is he is 7 of 7 on his last passes, Brian.
Sullivan struggled last week.
He did.
He has looked really good in the second quarter and the last part of the first quarter, to be honest, too. So he has turned it around definitely today as Rue puts up the extra point, and it is good. With 1:37 left to go in the second quarter, the Grizzlies have extended their lead 28-0 over the Vikings.
That was a 7-play, 59-yard drive, Brian, that took 2:26 off the clock. And McMinnville really looking like they're in control of this game right now. It is only the first half, but I'm liking what I'm seeing for the most part. Penalties, of course, can always be cleaned up, but defensive line and linebackers and offensive line really getting it done for McMinnville.
Last year at this time, same type of thing. Different hat being worn by the teams. It was 21-0, Forest Grove in the lead. And the Grizzlies struggled that whole first half. Came back in the second half, made it a ball game.
Yes, they did.
So this game definitely is not over. But you've got the Grizzlies looking good right now, and they've got some things to clean up, as you said. But don't count out the Vikings in the second half.
That's right. Can you see the full moon rising between the ladder? Do you see it?
I can't.
Okay, it is gorgeous.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you might see it shortly.
All right. Here is the kickoff, taking it about the 10-yard line, going behind the ladder on the far side, and it's going to be where the Vikings.
If you pan up just a little bit, you might see it.
No,
maybe not.
Can't. I can. It's going to be amazing.
Okay. It is. It's going to be really amazing. So Forest Grove's going to have the ball. I don't mean to distract you, but it is
halftime. We will have it for people.
Yes, for sure.
It looks pretty cool right there, though.
Yeah, you see it now? Yeah, it's cool.
All righty. So we're gonna do this on the fly, Jeff. What the heck?
What the hey?
There you go. See? There it is.
There it is.
There it is. There's
kind of ominous looking. Very fall-esque.
Smoky-esque.
Yeah. Okay, McMinnville, let's get your D out of here. Let's get him out of Dodge. See if you can keep the slate clean.
All right. We get in our position behind the ladder there.
Mm-hmm.
1st and 10. See if the Grizzlies can stop the Vikings. As Hale gets out of his defenders, and he's going to go forward and just kind of dance down the sideline. And he's going to be marked out after a gain of 9, it looks like.
And I think
the 39.
You see the difference there between the two quarterbacks, Hudgens and Hale. Hale's a little bit more mobile, got a little bit stronger arm.
Yeah. You are correct. And let's see what happens here with Hale. Hale drops back now. He's going to throw. He's going to throw a long one over on the far side, and it is almost intercepted. Almost intercepted on the far side. Once again, ball was underthrown, but intended for that big wide receiver.
That ball was in the air over 35 yards, too. Wow. So you can see the arm that Hale possesses. And, I like that play call on 2nd and 1.
Hale's arm hasn't changed it's gotten stronger, it looks like, from last year.
Yeah.
But he had a good arm last year as well. Remember, he's only a junior. 1:14 to go. 3rd down and 1.5. Hale drops back. He's going to look here. He's going to overthrow his receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 1, getting a little bit interesting now.
Yes, it is. Well, and that could be a factor of not having practiced a lot this week, Brian.
Yeah.
The ball, you could see, sailed on him a little bit, or the wind could have affected it. One of those two things, because Tyler Roberson Rebson, excuse me, really looked like he had some yards to gain if that was about a 1.5 foot lower.
Kind of crazy, isn't it? All righty, as they come back up here. And it's the big play. They're going to hand it off, and I don't think they're going to get it. They're going to push him back. I think they're going to give it to him.
Oh, wow.
They had to get to the 40. I think they did. The officials coming in from the sideline. It looks like they are going to give it to him.
Yes, they are. That was a generous spot, I'm going to be honest with you, but that's okay. Pickup of 1 and a first down. You know, Forest Grove might have more first downs in the half than McMinnville. That might be the one stat that they lead in.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Which is kind of weird. Stats can be used very interestingly sometimes. 1:01 to go. Wait a minute. They need to move the chains. Are they going to?
Yeah, it should be first down.
Coach Tomlin, is he asking for a spot or a mark? Or?
I think he's asking for a replay.
Why not? They are going to measure.
They're going to measure.
You don't see that very often.
No, but I think it's pretty clear that. Oh, he's asking, they're bringing in the far side official to see what he's. They're going to stretch it out. I think it's going to be pretty easily a first down. Yep, by the nose stripe of the football is my guess.
They haven't even put the thing down, though.
Okay. Woo. Got it by that much. That was shorter than the hot dog I had for dinner tonight.
It was a small hot dog.
Yep.
So they barely got it. And so they are going to give them a fresh set of downs with 1:01 to go. Your Forest Grove, Jeff, you want to see if you can come up with a big hit here.
Yep.
Love to get some points on the board, they would. Hale's going to drop back. He's going to look behind the post. He's going to try to throw it. He's going to be fleshed out. He's going to throw it, and it is incomplete. Almost a circus catch right there, and it's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, there was a big hold right in front of the line judge here on the near side, but he didn't pull out the flag as Faye was just tugged to the ground basically by his jersey. You can't see them all. So you get up and you play the next down. But almost an incredible catch by the wide receiver there by Rebson as well.
Second down now. Hale drops back. He looks. He's going to be fleshed out, and there's going to come this way.
Nice
He's going to tuck it in. He's going to keep it. He's going to be going here to the left now. Breaks one tackle, goes forward, and he gets into Grizzly territory, but a couple flags come flying in. One in the backfield at the 35, and one right down here at the 43.
This one's going to be a hold in the backfield. I'm not quite sure what the one up here might be. It might be a face mask. Official walking over to the far side. Not quite sure what he's going to do. It's interesting. He's talking to a coach that's standing all by himself, who is not Tomlin.
Well,
I don't know what we got going on.
Another game. You kind of said something about the first quarter doing something crazy, like being quick.
Yeah, well, the second quarter sure has slowed down, hasn't it?
It's caught up to it, I think. We're still only at 8:04, though.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got going on here? Are they going to call something on the coach on that far sideline? I don't know what this official is doing.
Got a holding, then a personal foul.
Oh, targeting. They offset. Replay the down. Okay, all that for nothing. Oh, boy.
All right, we're going to replay the down with 49 seconds to go.
Do we need to review it, though? Maybe we need to get under the hood and call up our replay. Or, well, probably not because the ladder's in the way again.
Yeah. Didn't we have enough of that on Saturday?
Yes, we did. Holy cow.
All righty, it's 28-0. Grizzlies with the lead.
Sometimes I think the officials rely on the replay too much. Just make the call.
49 seconds left to go. Hale's going to throw it here the near
Oh, what a
side.
play.
Has the receiver. It's caught inside the 45, down to the 35, I should say. Now to the 31. Good job there, and there's another one of those crisp passes by Hale.
29-yard pass play to the wide receiver, and that was a beautiful play. Surprised Forest Grove didn't take a timeout there.
Here we go. Hale, shotgun formation. Going to roll, look to the right. He's going to double pump. He's going to come this way. He's going to keep it. Run towards the sideline.
Keep him in bounds.
He's going to get out of bounds.
No, he did not. The official keeps the clock moving.
He does. That's a tough one. Down to 13 seconds.
Yep, they're going to give him the first down, 11-yard run, but the clock kept running. 13 seconds here. I'm really surprised Forest Grove's not taking the timeout. The clock should be moving here.
There he goes.
What are the Forest Grove?
10 seconds.
They have 2 timeouts left.
I don't know why they don't take one. I'm not sure.
It's
but
crazy.
They're down to 5 seconds. This could be the last play of the half. Hale's going to throw into the end zone. Good awareness. At least get it there, and it's incomplete. And that should end the first half of play. And they're going to go with 2 timeouts. Into the locker room, which is a tough one. And they'll make the journey in there trailing 28-0. But the Grizzlies with the lead at halftime, Jeff, they look good after the second possession. Their third, fourth, fifth, and sixth possession, I believe, looked very, very good. And now they have the lead 28-0 here at halftime.
Good first half for McMinnville, all things considered, Brian.
Yes, it is. All right, we're going to take a break here. And we will come back, and Jeff will bring us some scores. He'll bring us some stats. He'll bring us whatever he can. It's halftime. Grizzlies lead 28-0. We'll be back right after this.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, it's Scott here from Big Box Returns, and it's going to be a fantastic next quarter. I can hardly wait. Hey, tomorrow we're open Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. Big Box Returns, 2155 Northeast Lafayette Avenue.
If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. And go Grizzlies! Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you. A trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation, and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. They also offer treatment for sports injuries and hands-on personal training for those who want to perform at their athletic best. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900. Welcome back here. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey. Our score is 28-0. We are here at halftime, and the Grizzlies look much better today in lots of ways, including penalties, Jeff, and that's been a big part, I think, of tonight as well.
Yes, for sure, Brian. They did have 3 penalties in that first half, and they were big penalties, but only one more than last week's first half. So they've cleaned it up in some manner, but they still have some work to do. And we've mentioned it 3 or 4 times in that first half. the saga was flipped, so to speak, last year with Forest Grove coming out to a big lead and McMinnville storming back. So hopefully that is not what happens tonight with McMinnville at a big lead of 28-0 here in the first half of the ball game. And just a good defensive game plan and some good offensive output by McMinnville. We'll look at some of the team stats here in the first quarter or first half at halftime. Of course, the big score, 28-0, McMinnville in the lead. Forest Grove actually leads one statistical category, and that would be the first down totals. They have 7, McMinnville with 4. Total yards, 215 for McMinnville on 25 plays, averaging 8.5 yards per play approximately. Forest Grove, 107 yards on 38 plays, averaging just under 3 yards per play. And they got 95 of those yards in the second half as they were held to 12 total yards of offense in the first quarter by McMinnville. Passing, 9 of 12 for McMinnville for 126 yards, 3 touchdowns, 75% completion percentage with a 14-yard per attempt or per completion pass rating. 7 of 19 for the two various quarterbacks for Forest Grove for 97 yards. 37% completion per pass, but when they do make a completion, they too are getting just under 14 yards per carry. 89 yards on the ground for McMinnville on 13 carries. That's a 6.8 yard average. 19 carries, 10 yards for Forest Grove Vikings. Let me just say that again. 19 carries, 10 total net yards for Forest Grove, half a yard per carry. McMinnville's front 7 doing an outstanding job keeping the running backs and quarterbacks in containment tonight. 3 penalties for McMinnville for 35 yards. 2 penalties for Forest Grove for 15 yards. No turnovers in that first half for McMinnville. 2 fumbles lost by Forest Grove. Punts, 28 yards average on 2 punts for Forest Grove, and 1 punt for McMinnville in that first half, 27 yards. Time of possession, again, you wouldn't think this with McMinnville leading 28-0, but they've only had the ball for just over 9 minutes. Forest Grove's had the ball just under 15 minutes of that first half. So McMinnville had several quick strikes for touchdowns, and that's one of the reasons why they are trailing pretty significantly in the time of possessions. Looking at individual statistics, Nolan Hudgens started the game for Forest Grove tonight at quarterback. He went 3 of 8 for 27 yards. 37.5% completion percentage. Second quarter, Caden Hale came in, and we had heard that he would be coming in. He had limited practice this week, and he was 4 of 11 for 70 yards, completing just over 36% of his passes. So both quarterbacks right around that 31 of 3 completion percentage. Sam Blanton, 13 carries, no yards, no net yards, and that includes a 20-yard run. So he has 13 carries, no net yards. Nolan Hudgens, 1 carry. It was a sack for -8. Caden Hale, the leading rusher in the ball game for Forest Grove, has 4 carries for 25 yards. And Blake Yon, 1 carry for -7 yards. On the receiving side of the ball for Forest Grove, James Oberman has 1 reception for 29 yards. Tyler Rebison has 3 receptions for 42. Hunter Fronett has 2 receptions for 21 yards. And Ethan Quinnsland has 1 reception for 5 yards. Forest Grove actually lost 2 fumbles, but they put the ball on the ground 4 different times tonight, so they're fortunate to only have 2 turnovers in the first half. On the McMinnville side of the ball, Kane Sullivan, he started out slow, to say the least, at quarterback. He was 2 of 5 starting the game, but since then he has been a perfect 7 of 7 for 9 of 12 passing, 3 touchdowns, 126 yards in that first half. Austin Rapp, 9 carries, 79 yards, 1 touchdown. That's 8.8 yards per carry. Kane Sullivan, only 2 carries for 4 yards, and Nick Gibson, 2 carries for 6 yards early on in that first quarter. Receiving the ball, Tyler Mishner has 4 receptions, 34 yards and a touchdown. Austin Rapp has 1 reception, that a halfback screen. Went nowhere, 0 yards. Gabe Blanco, 3 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. And Mason Yoakum, 1 reception for 59 yards. That bomb was a perfectly placed ball when he was wide open running down the far side of the field. So 3 different receivers have touchdowns tonight for McMinnville, and they have just I don't want to say dominated, but they have really done a great job tonight controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball and really made it tough for Forest Grove to move the ball and have had some good plays on the offensive side of the ball. We'll do a recap here of the scoring drives. After each team exchanged drives on the first 3 drives, McMinnville took the ball with 1:54 seconds to go in the first half. It only took them 2 plays to go 68 yards in 43 seconds, and that was the 59-yard touchdown pass from Sullivan to Yoakum. And with 1:11 on the clock, it was McMinnville 7, Forest Grove nothing. The next time McMinnville got the ball with 11:10 to go in the second quarter, they took the ball over on the 41-yard line of Forest Grove due to an 18-yard punt. And they only took 1 play that time. It was a 59-yard touchdown run by Austin Rapp off the right side. And it was 1 play, 49-yard drives in 12 seconds. The kick failed, and at that point it was 13-0 Forest Grove. Next time McMinnville got the ball, they were not to be outdone again. They got the ball after an over on down. Forest Grove went for it deep in their own territory at their own 20-yard line. McMinnville took 1 minute and 14 seconds to go 20 yards in 3 plays. So 15-yard touchdown pass to Gabe Blanco from Kane Sullivan. 2-point run by Sullivan was good, and with 7:46 to go in the second quarter, it was 21-0. Then McMinnville went on what I would call their long drive of the game. Brian got the ball at the 41-yard line. They went 59 yards in 7 plays, taking 2:26 off the clock. It was a 25-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Mitchell, and after the kick was up and good, it was 28-0. And, of course, that 5-yard touchdown pass came because on the 15-yard touchdown run by Austin Rupp, the play before, there was a holding penalty. So McMinnville then had to stand tough and keep Forest Grove from scoring as they marched down the field for about 60 yards before they were finally on their last play of the game, or the first half, could not do anything. And they went into the locker room. I was shaking my head because they had two timeouts left, and they had the ball with a first down with 12 seconds to go, and then the clock started running. I'm not sure why you didn't take a timeout. So my head shakes there a little bit. They might have had a better opportunity to go for a score, but McMinnville's going to get the ball to start the second half, and that will start shortly here from Forest Grove High School.
All righty. Thank you very much, Jeff. Good job as always. We're going to take a break. 28 0 at halftime. Don't go away. We've got more coming up, and keep it tuned here to yamhilltoday.com. If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. And go Grizzlies! Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you. A trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation, and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151. At Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, their orthopedic surgeons specialize in diagnosing, preventing, and treating disorders and injuries that affect muscles, tendons, nerves, ligaments, bones, joints, and other connective tissues. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine strive to give you the highest quality of care with the most up-to-date orthopedic surgical techniques and non-operative treatments to help you get back into doing the things you enjoy. Their goal is to help you live your life to the fullest. Give them a call at 503-435-4520. Willamette Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. As we come back here, Brian Ayers along with Jeff Ivy. Our scores, McMinnville 28-0 here at halftime. Other scores to pass along to you, and some interesting ones to pass along to you here, Jeff. And first off, let me get back to this one, and if it does, it froze up on me. That's always a good sign.
I'm trying to find some here. It is, of course, it is a slow night. Coverage is covering more important things than high school football, to be honest with you tonight,
and
Brian.
that's one thing. You're right, Jeff. If you are in the area where you may have a power outage or there's some fires down in like South Salem area, definitely be looking to see what's going on, because there is some stuff going on.
Yep, for sure.
Newburgh on top of Lincoln right now, 6-0 at the half. Lebanon on top of West Albany, 16-14. David Douglas losing to North Salem right now, 33-0.
North's got a stud running back, so you watch, and he's being recruited by teams like Clemson with their names.
Yes.
Alabama. Yes. So he's the real deal, is from what I've heard. I haven't seen him, but from what I've heard, he's the real deal.
Sprague on top of Beaverton, 28-14. My Saxons are on top of Sunset, 21-0. That's in the second quarter. Lake Oswego on top of West Salem right now, 7-0 in the second quarter. No score from Dayton or Lapine. Not sure that Willamina Sheridan game is actually going to be played tonight. Dallas,
it moved from Willamina to Sheridan, is what I saw in the paper earlier.
Okay.
Yep.
Dallas on top of McKay, 14-0. Amity losing to Yamhill Carleton yesterday, 26-12. And those are the scores that I have from around our area. And it looks like McNary is going to play Tualatin tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So there you go.
Yep, and those are all the scores I could find too, the same scores you found. So, we want to make sure people are staying safe tonight. So be paying attention to any alerts that come your way, or if you hear anything. You found a couple more maybe? Was that Woodburn and
No, that just froze it.
Okay, no worries.
But there's a fire reported in South Salem. Evacuations are ordered. So please be safe in that area. I know there's been some power turned off in the Willamina Sheridan area.
Yep.
It's like Oak Ridge and Westford have an evacuation go now issued.
Yeah, wow.
So please be
Stay
safe
safe, people. Yep.
And stay tuned and try to figure out what's going on by being well informed if you can.
And I would like to just, a lot of people get worried about when the power goes off, they're not going to be able to charge their phones. I would encourage people, if you have one, to get a car charger and then take your charger, and you could actually use your car for a while to charge your phone. So that's one way to stay connected. I know that maybe Wi-Fi and or cell service might be affected too, but it's another opportunity. If your power is off for any extended time, think about using maybe your car for a little bit to recharge your batteries as well.
That is a great thing to think about, because you just never know.
Yeah, well, you get in that situation, sometimes you're panicked, so to speak, and so just think, I do have a car that I could turn on the engine for 15, 20, 25 minutes and get 10-15% of my battery back. That may help. That may help me get an alert. That maybe help me look up something to see if there's an alert, that sort of thing. So
that is the case, and definitely take that great information and do with it what you will. But we are about 2 minutes away from second half kickoff. Grizzlies, they lead 28-0. You're watching YamhillToday.com. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. All righty, as we come back here, Brian Harris along with Jeff Ivey, and get ready for the second half. Grizzlies, Jeff, will receive. They lead 28-0.
Good first half, Brian. They did have the ball set up like they might do an onside kick. Good job by McMinnville to be ready for it. Brought up a couple up backs there.
There's going to be an onside kick right up the middle, and the Grizzlies are going to come up with it. And so why not, if you're Forest Grove, give something a try.
I agree. I kind of secretly thought that they might do that to start the half. And, well, I guess every once in a while, dead clock is right? Or something like that. A broken clock's right twice a day.
Twice a day, yeah.
Something like that. So, well, great field position for McMinnville. Kind of think they might try and put some good drives together here, Brian, and maybe milk this clock here in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. I think they maybe like to get one more score up there and then just start running the ball.
Yep.
And they love to get Austin Rapp some reps. But also, I'm sure they want to get Mr. Sullivan, too.
Yep.
Keep that strong showing going here as he has looked really good in this first half.
Tyler Martino now in the backfield with Rapp. First time we've seen him tonight.
And there is Rapp. Breaks a tackle. Breaks a second tackle. Jeff said he's gone. He's got one guy to beat. Goes over to the far side, and he is going to beat him. Touchdown, Grizzlies!
Wow.
Austin Rapp, 53-yard run. Add that onto his total, and he's doing really well tonight.
Yeah, I'll give you that in just a second, Brian. I was not quite ready for the touchdown run on one play. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm trying to get my notes here, and okay, Austin Rapp, 54 yards, you said? 53. Okay, well,
counting?
You know who's counting. So, yep, 53. That's going to give him up over 132 yards of rushing and 2 touchdowns. Wow, that was quick. What do we got, 11-something left to go in the...
11:40.
Okay, 20 seconds. Well, not even really 20 seconds because the kickoff took up a little bit of time, but we'll mark it as 20 seconds.
And Rue comes on to kick the extra point, and he gets it to make it 35-0.
One play, 53 yards, 20 seconds. They have been quick strikes tonight. That's their third drive under 45 seconds.
Wow. And that's been good to see. It's good to see the Grizzlies do that. It's good to see Austin Rapp getting those steps in.
It is.
And, Sullivan's looked good, too. So you like to see the way everybody has done that here tonight.
Yeah. And, keep doing this maybe for another 3 or 4 minutes on a drive. You're going to start seeing some backups come in. And how good is that for your team, Brian?
It's
Get
really
some
good.
back. Rapp's had a good night. All of them, everybody's had a good night on the offensive side of the ball. Sullivan's had a good night. They've done a good job of picking each other up, and it's great to see that rebound from last week's heartbreaking 3-point loss.
It really is. They've looked good here. This is a team that beat them last year, and so they're feeling it from last year.
I was going to say there's a little bit extra when you lose to a team on their home turf, and you have to come back to that same team the next year on their home turf. We running clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
35-0.
Oh, they changed it? Or is that a 5A rule? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. I
Okay.
think that's what we're going to have.
I wonder if, I'm gonna do a little research while we're waiting for this kickoff here.
All righty. As we're still trying to figure it out, the official is back in his spot. And here we go. Rue on to kick. End over end. It's going to bounce at about the 15. Take it about the 12, and then hit, and then down at about the 25-yard line. And coming up there with the big hit, Jeff, is that Gibson? I believe so.
I believe so.
Gibson coming up big. He played also carrying the ball.
He did earlier in the game.
Came up with a big
right.
first down.
Yep.
All righty. 11-10 and counting here in the third quarter. good-sized crowd here. First home game of the year for Forest Grove, I believe, and they've got a big crowd here. A lot of them in camo tonight. Grizzlies, they traveled pretty well over there on the far side. Good, you can kind of see off the right of the screen up on top, the student section.
Yeah,
Don't
nice
usually see
crowd.
a student section on a road game, so that's pretty awesome.
Well, it's a beautiful night.
Oh, yeah, it is. Handoff right up the middle and just plunging through for about 5 yards. Trying to see if that's Blanton, but Jeff,
Yep.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it was Blanton, Brian. That's his 14th carry, and finally into positive yards. 14 carries, 5 yards on the night.
I had trouble last year with the jerseys over on the far
They're
side.
hard to read.
Or is that 2 years ago?
I think it was last year.
It was last year.
Because we
wasn't
sat on the far side because
Yeah.
of COVID.
it? You are correct.
They didn't want us in the press box. It was a nice night, fortunately.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we had sandwiches over there, and I don't know what just happened there, but everybody but the center moved.
Center thought it was on 2. Everybody thought it was on 1.
Yep. Oh, that's going to negate that 5-yard run, I think.
Yeah, we had Nathan with us last
Yeah.
year, and
Yeah, that was fun.
it was a good time. It was a perfect
Except for the
night.
outcome of the score, it was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that was the only bad thing. Unfortunately, we can't do much about that.
Nope.
We try.
Yeah, I wish, man. If wishes were worth something.
Oh, yeah, and here's the handoff up the right side, and going to get to the 30-yard line, and a hard hit on Blanton. Coming up slow for the Grizzlies, but getting right back to his position. I believe it's Kelleher.
Yeah.
It
You know,
is.
one thing I worry about, McMinnville getting maybe a little too chippy. You want to stay focused and just do your job. Don't do any extracurriculars. You've got this game pretty much handled.
Here's Hale. He's going to drop back. He's going to drop it into
Should
the
be a
middle.
flag. Yep.
And here's a flag come flying in.
That was an easy call. You can't go through the wide receiver like that.
No.
And
Rue is going to get called for that one,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but
Yeah.
you are right.
well, that was you know if you're gonna make a penalty, make it easy for the official to call, right? So that there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. So here's the call from the official. Pass interference. It is going to be marked off against the Grizzlies.
So if there's one thing to clean up for McMinnville, it's the penalties. Going to give first down to Forest Grove. Move the ball out to the 45-yard line.
8-13 and counting. Hale is going to take it. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw across the center, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yep.
All right. It's funny, the official didn't get he was right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
I thought they took some of that position away.
They did. Well, you know what? Yeah. Last week, the official was
Yeah.
in the backfield, the umpire. This week, maybe at 5A, that's what they do, is have the official still in the middle of the field. But last week, the second umpire was in the backfield. So, interesting. I hadn't noticed that until just now.
Almost use him as a screen, looked
Yep.
like. That's why they moved that. Here's Blanton. He's going to run right up the middle and going to get about 6 yards before a pile of Grizzlies, or is that what is a group of Bears?
A den?
A den of Cubs? I don't know.
no, that's-
Den's, I don't know.
Something.
Hunter Hopkins, though, the lead Bear there, the Grizzly,
Ooh,
making
nice.
the tackle.
The big Grizz.
The big Grizz.
He is big.
Yes, he is.
He is big. Hunter is tallest guy on the team, 6'6", 265.
And quick.
Yeah.
Here's Blanton.
New back.
Going to hand off, go up the middle
Is
on the
that-
right side.
Is that a new back in the backfield?
No idea.
I'm trying to look.
I was
Nope,
right. It
that was
Blanton.
him.
Look at
Good,
that.
good
Look at
eyes. You're eagle eyes.
that. Yeah. They are dark gray jerseys. They are dark red numbers with a light yellow outline, but they're so fast they blur. I'm just going to say that because that's what it's.
Well, yeah, at least that's what it does with older eyes, I guess.
Wow.
No, I have older eyes. I wasn't saying anything about you. You're a young man.
By what, 5 months, 6 months?
4, I think.
Okay. Here we go. Throw was a
pick it.
bad pass,
Yep.
and it is picked off. And coming up there with the interception is Blanco. Blanco's made some good plays and some big plays here tonight for the Grizzlies.
Yep, that was I think the wide receiver broke the wrong way there, Brian, and led to that interception by Blanco. Right place, right time, and the ball goes over with 6:10 to go in the quarter. Moving clock, of course. So
It is. So we will take a quick timeout if we can do that. And we will be right back right after this.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, it's Scott here from Big Box Returns, and it's going to be a fantastic next quarter. I can hardly wait. Hey, tomorrow we're open Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. Big Box Returns, 2155 Northeast Lafayette Avenue.
As we come back here, Grizzlies take over on downs after the interception. We're at the 5:30 mark here in the third quarter. And here is the pitch, and the ball is on the turf, and Rapp is going to come up with it and take him down way back in the backfield. Sullivan took it, and he pitched it behind the running back, and there's no way he could get to it.
Nope.
And fortunately, he turned, and he was able to come up and get it after that, as we have an injured Grizzly down on the field over on the far side.
this is something that you worry about late in these ball games. Not quite sure what he's pointing at, but in a little bit of pain. But there's 4 Grizzly coaches / athletic trainers around him, so all will be good.
All righty, let's go ahead and take a break with 4:59 left to go in the third quarter. Grizzlies lead 35-0. We'll be back after this timeout on YamHillToday.com.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill Today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
Caring creates healthier lives and healthier communities. And when you need healthcare, we're here for you, providing medical expertise with a human touch, right here at home, whenever you may need us. From welcoming newborns into the world to life-changing surgeries, routine health screenings to life-saving emergency care, we're here to provide compassionate, high-quality healthcare to you and your loved ones. From the routine to the unforeseen, we're here for you.
This season's broadcast here on Yamhill Today is brought to you by the 200 Club. Thank you to the 200 Club for their support of Grizzly football right here. As we come back, here we go back to action as Jesse Jones' win goes off. A little bit of help from his teammates. Sullivan drops back. He's going to pitch over the far side to Raps. Raps going to break one tackle and still on his feet with a spin. And he is going to pick up some yardage, but still going to bring up 3rd and long here with 4:15 to go in the third quarter.
6-yard gain there. And you mentioned it. Nguyen got some help off, but the nice thing was he got it by himself. Just got a little help from the guys that are over there looking at him. So hopefully that's nothing more than just a little bang-up injury, and he'll be back. I doubt for the rest of this game, but certainly down the road they're going to need his leadership as a senior on that offensive front to come back down the road.
3:48 and counting. 3rd down and 16. Grizzlies looking over to the sideline, taking their time as usual. Sullivan drops back. He's going to now run. He's going to go through the middle of the field, and he's going to be taken down near midfield. Going to be short of the 1st down as he is right at midfield. He comes up limping a little bit over on the far side, and he's going to go off, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what makes you nervous this time of game when you got your starters in. McMinnville's going to punt here. Don't want to get those cheap injuries in a game at a time in the game when it's really been put away for quite a while.
Sullivan comes off. Bernie came right out there, and he was ready to go, but they are going to go and punt as we're under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's the snap, and it is kicked, and it's going to hit about the 30-yard line and take a Grizzly roll to about the inside the 25-yard line. And punting that was that Carson Thomas for McMinnville. came in to punt there, and the Vikings now will have the ball with 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Jeff, I think now you have a 35-0 lead, but
Yep.
you've got to be careful with injuries, and we've already seen that come up twice in that possession.
That's what makes me nervous, Brian, when you got those starters still out there, when the game has been put away. I understand you don't want to let Forest Grove get momentum back in, but at the same time, you're going to need these guys down the road. This is a non-league game, and you got a non-league game next week, and then the league starts. It just makes me nervous. That's all I'm going to say. You know, I'm a little conservative in a lot of things, and to have those guys out there this time of game just makes me nervous.
All righty. We're under 145 now. Hale draws back. He's looking. He's going to keep the ball, and he's going to run upfield. He's going to stutter step his way, and he's going to get to about the 30-yard line. Pick up about 5 or 6, depending on the mark, or maybe 7, as he gets to the 31.
And I tell you what, that time Mitchell Taylor on the contain here on this near defensive end went wide and upfield, and that opened up that lane for Hale to run and pick up 7.
Second down and 3. Hale's going to hand it off, and nothing there. I'm guessing it may be Blanton back there, but there was nothing. Good job defensively by the Grizzlies, coming up with a big stop, and Blanton had nowhere to go.
He had absolutely no. That high snap really offset the rhythm of that play.
And you talk about that. We probably don't mention it enough. You don't have a perfect snap.
Yeah.
Just that half second can throw everything off.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing how that works.
40 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
18 carries, 18 yards now for Sam Blanton. McMinnville's defense has done a great job bottling him up all night long.
Third down and 8. Hale's going to come up, and he's going to dump it off. It's intercepted. And it's intercepted at the 25-yard line. Is that Rue? Who was that? Caught that. They're intercepted that. It is Rue.
Yep.
Rue come up there. He read the pass and just right there, right time, and he jumped on it, got the interception, and then was spun down after the interception. And that will end the third quarter of play, and a big job defensively by McMinnville to end the third quarter. Our score after 3, McMinnville 35, Forest Grove nothing. You're watching Grizzly football here on YamhillToday.com.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Main Sun is there.
Protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
As we come back to action, as we have started the fourth quarter, and here's the pass, and it is incomplete. Jeff, biggest thing about that play, though, guess who's back in at quarterback?
That's good to see. Kane Sullivan back in there, Brian. Rushed that pass just a little bit, but that's okay. I'd rather just see him out on the field than anything right now.
You are correct.
Nguyen still on the sideline, so might just be holding him out to prevent further injury. But most of the starters still in there. Rapp in the backfield. Got Nick Gibson in the backfield.
And behind the ladder once again, handoff right up the middle. Austin Rapp into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Austin Rapp. 31 yards right up the middle and puts the Grizzlies up a little bit more, 41-0, pending the extra point.
And that's a wrap, Brian. That's a wrap on this game.
Rapp's numbers, they're impressive.
They are impressive, Brian. I'll get that into, that's 151 yards tonight, 3 touchdowns, 13 carries, average 11.5 yards per carry tonight. So he has been fantastic all night long.
Please. Thank you.
Should have a delay of game at some point here with McMinnville really struggling to get their special teams out on the field, but
You're not the only one struggling right now. I'm at school. I feel like it worked, Jeff. Here's the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good by Rue. And that makes it 42-0. Grizzlies looking good. Don't go away. We've got more action here in the fourth quarter coming up. We'll be back after this timeout.
This season's broadcast here on Yamhill Today is brought to you by the 200 Club. Thank you to the 200 Club for their support of Grizzly football right here.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, it's Scott here from Big Box Returns, and it's going to be a fantastic next quarter. I can hardly wait. Hey, tomorrow we're open Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. Big Box Returns, 2155 Northeast Lafayette Avenue.
Caring creates healthier lives and healthier communities. And when you need healthcare, we're here for you, providing medical expertise with a human touch, right here at home, whenever you may need us. From welcoming newborns into the world to life-changing surgeries, routine health screenings to life-saving emergency care, we're here to provide compassionate, high-quality healthcare to you and your loved ones. From the routine to the unforeseen, we're here for you.
As we come back to action, Grizzlies getting ready to kick off. Here comes Rue. And it's going to be taken inside the 10, across the 20, stutter step, 25, down near the 30, maybe inside, no, let's say inside the 32, and a nice run there for the Vikings. Some of their best field position, and I know you're busy there, Jeff, but a stat you read off to me during the break, pretty impressive. I don't know how to take it, but it's impressive.
Well, McMinnville has over 300 yards of offense tonight. Just doing some basic math, you might think they have like 15, 20 first downs.
Yeah.
They have four. Four first downs tonight. Forest Grove has 9.
Wow.
So,
and a couple of those with big runs by Rapp.
yes,
on
59-yarder, 25-yarder, another 25-yarder. I mean, you don't get a lot of first downs when you don't, and when you don't have to go a long way to score either.
Right.
So McMinnville's just really been dominant tonight here in the football game.
All righty, Hale's out there. He's going to draw it back. He's going to hand it off. And not going much of anywhere.
Nice job there. That's a good hard run.
Forward. Yeah, it took. Thought maybe it was going to blow the ball dead, but they kept it going. Hard run, 3 yards.
Yep, that's a great job by Blanton. He's not going to quit on you. He's one of your team leaders, and that's why, because he just is going to give it his all.
8:45 and counting. Let's get behind the ladder.
Yeah.
Hale drops back. He's going to look. He's going to dump it off in the middle of the field, and they tried for a hook and ladder.
Yes, they did. That's exactly my thought, too.
But they got a first down, so I guess you get the 12 yards and take that and get a big first down.
Yeah, to the 44-yard line. And that was a reception by Taylor Robeson. 9th reception for him tonight, leading the team in receptions. And again, 10th first down for McMinnville. For Forest Grove. McMinnville just basically keeping everything in front of them and letting them move the ball where they can, but, not panicking.
Hale's going to keep that one, get across the 45 to the 46 as we are under 8 minutes to go here in this ball game. It's been all McMinnville, 42-0. So we've been all McMinnville after the third possession. The first two, I think Forest Road had them read.
They had those whatever scripted plays, or they had really studied the film and knew what the tendencies were out of the block. But, man, McMinnville really turned it on midway through that first quarter and have not looked back.
7:30 and counting. Forest Grove taking their time now. Hale draws back. Shotgun. He's going to drop
Good
off.
play call.
Draw play. And they are going to get across the midfield into Grizzly territory to the 49. Pick up about 7 yards.
I like that play call, man. You just let everybody come through and then dump it off to your back out of the backfield. And, didn't get a ton of yards, but it got some.
Even though you're down 42-0, Jeff, you want to practice and you want to get things. You want the reps here.
Right.
Because this is live action.
Yep.
You can't replicate this in practice with the fans and everything else, the time, you name it. It's hard to do. So you want to work hard and you want to use it effectively, and that's what they're trying to do here. Even though they're trailing, here is a keeper here and going to the sideline and going out of bounds. Nice run there by Hale to pick up a first down, a little bit more as he gets to the 38.
The unfortunate thing is here, McMinnville had only given up 130 yards of offense in the first half. And, they're giving up some now here overall. They're going to give up some more yards here kind of in garbage time, so to speak. So it's not going to look that as impressive as it could have been. But, they're just letting them run down the field, which is fine. Only rushing 3, not blitzing anybody, staying back in zone coverage, getting pressure on the quarterback and blocking the back right there on the sideline. That wasn't called, but that's okay.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It is 42-0. Grizzlies next week going to be on the road once again.
Over the mountains.
That's right, Ridgeview.
Over the mountains, through the woods.
That's right.
To Daniel's house we go?
Well,
is he going to come over and see us?
I hope he comes over and sees us.
Dan, if you're listening, come visit. It's always a good time.
It is.
He was our once sideline reporter back in the day.
Back in the day. Who knows? That could happen again. Here's the pass.
Oh, no.
And it is incomplete. Almost picked off by Rue once again.
Yep.
He's had a couple balls in his hand that he can't come up with, and he already has one pick tonight, though.
Yeah, it almost looked like he jumped just a second too early and tried to hang in the air to catch it, and just couldn't quite come down with it. But again, getting pressure with 3 down linemen right now are McMinnville. They're just dropping back into a zone defense on the back 7 and back 8, basically.
Here we go. Under 5 minutes to go. Hale drops back on third down. He's going to throw it long over to the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. And once again, lots of defenders and really 2 receivers in the same spot as well.
Yeah, that was a great ball. It's a great ball. Could have been caught. I almost wonder if you heard footsteps coming, something.
There are a lot of foots to be heard over there.
Yes, there were. Well, that's what happens when you can drop 8 into coverage. There's not a lot of open spaces in the field.
4:20 and counting. Wind continues to blow here from Forest Grove High School. Glad to have you here at YamhillToday.com.
A lot of backups in there on defense, too, right now, which is good to see.
Get that playing time. They made the
They're
trip.
holding their time, holding their own.
There's Hale. He's going to drop back. He's going to look. He's going to throw in the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. And that will be a turnover on downs. And the Grizzlies will get it back offensively here with 3:50 and counting to go here in this ball game, leading 42-0. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back with the rest of the ball game right after this here on YamhillToday.com.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. They also offer treatment for sports injuries and hands-on personal training for those who want to perform at their athletic best. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
We come back and just see we have a new quarterback in there, and that's Bo McLaughlin, the junior. And handed the ball off to number 19, who's not on the roster, Mr. Noname. And he picked up, minus yard there.
-1, yep.
Good thing Noname is on there, right? We're down to
That's
222.
That's too bad. We'd always like to try and give these young guys the credit they deserve. So, Mom and Dad, number 19's out in the game if you're listening or watching. It's exciting.
McLaughlin hands it off to 19 again. He's going to go back in the backfield even further. They're going to mark him back at the 21. That time a loss of
7.
And it's going to bring us to 2 minutes now. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. It's good to see, though, a lot of the guys who made the trip, and actually the guys on both sides able to get out there and get some
PT.
Yeah. Might as well. You're right.
It looks to be a lot of the JV guys out there, that's always fun for them, Brian. Under the lights, the Friday night lights.
We're at 137 and counting.
And a little confusion there. What are we doing?
Laughlin, shotgun formation. He's going to throw it. He's going to step up, roll to the right. He's going to be pressured, taken down way, way back for another huge loss on third down. As the clock continues to run, we got a comment from the Peanut Gallery.
Uh-oh.
Said they should have had this clock at the Duck game last week. Thank you, Jackie.
That's funny.
Jeff will appreciate that.
That's Jackie with the self-inflicted. Oh, boy, that's pretty funny.
She's the funny one.
This, you know what? I go to my Dan Hawkins. This ain't intramurals, brother. That was big SEC football.
Dan Hawkins.
Yeah, you remember that when he was at Colorado? This ain't, you go on YouTube if you want to look at a funny press conference when he got asked about by a parent why he didn't give his football team 3 weeks off in the summer instead of 2. And it is fantastic the way he does it. Of course, Dan Hawkins, a former head coach at Willamette University back in the day, and then went to Boise State and then to Colorado. So he kind of made that progression, if you will, and really kind of started Boise State down a good path.
Yes, he did. Hopefully not too good a path.
Yeah.
Well, apparently not. We got 39 seconds as we do have a timeout here.
Okay.
As they are going to talk about it. So we're going to keep it right here. We've got all our spots in.
Nice.
And want to thank all our sponsors because, I mean, without them, we can't do this.
I agree.
And so they do it right, and they put in, a lot of effort to get where they're at and able to bring this back to you because of them. So thank you to all our sponsors.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Brian, when you go see our sponsors, say, hey, Brian and Jeff, I listened to them on the radio or on the YouTube Live or YamhillToday.com, wherever you saw us. Let them know that they're making an investment in McMinnville High School football.
That's right.
All right, here we go with the punt.
39 seconds to go. And taking their time to get out there. Here is the slow snap. And it is kicked. And it's going to be a pretty good punt. Taking it about the 40-yard line behind the ladder once again. Breaking a tackle across midfield into Grizzly territory. Still on his feet, getting this crowd into the game as they get down to the 25-yard line. And a pretty nice run there. And, Jeff, that's the guy we mentioned earlier in the ball game, James Oberhelman. As we are going to come down to 5 seconds. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get this off. They are not going to get it off, and that is the ball game. And the Grizzlies win it by a score of 42-0. And, after last week, Jeff, some questions were there.
Yeah.
And a lot of those questions may have been answered here a little bit more tonight.
Definitely a dominating performance by the defense and the offense, all phases of the game really tonight, Brian, as they came in and really beat up on a overmatched Forest Grove team tonight, to be honest with you, with their main starting quarterback having been injured, not practicing a lot. You could see the potential that he has, Brian. We saw it last year. Oh, yeah. We see it again today, this year, when he comes in and makes some spectacular plays, but too many turnovers, too many big plays given up by Forest Grove. Leads to a pretty easy McMinnville victory tonight.
It was 42-0 is our final as the Grizzlies are victorious, and they now will be on the road once again next week against Ridgeview, and that'll be a game where we'll bring you all the action here at YamhillToday.com. Brand new high school as of a couple years ago, and so that'll be kind of fun and very exciting as the Grizzlies looked really good here tonight, and now they will go on the road. They go to 500 now, 1-1. And, Jeff, it's still early in the season.
It is.
But there's a lot of good to be taken from this game here tonight.
There is, Brian. A lot of positives. You cut down on your penalties. You went from 10 last week to 4 this week. They were big penalties tonight, don't get me wrong. There was personal fouls and holdings. They weren't the 5-yard type tonight, but overall, you can stomach those a little bit easier when you win 42-0. You outgain your opponents 288 yards to 161 yards. Passing 9 of 13 for 126, 69% completion percentage, 162 yards on the ground on 21 carries. You only had to punt 3 times tonight. I mean, there were just times where McMinnville really did dominate this game. Interesting, though, enough, they only had the ball for 18 minutes out of a 48-minute game.
Wow.
Figure that one out. And to put 42 points up, well, that's because you had a 43-second drive, a 20-second drive, a 13-second drive. You just took advantage of the times where you had deep ball penetration in your opponent's field, and you scored on them. That makes it a little bit easier to take care of, and the running clock doesn't hurt either. When Forest Grove goes on a pretty long drive towards the end of the game where they take 8.5 minutes off the clock, that's going to add to their total. So you take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, but, man, just a dominating performance tonight. We'll give a few of the McMinnville stats tonight. As I mentioned, Kane Sullivan, 9 of 13, 126 yards, 3 touchdowns. Austin Rapp, 13 carries, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Kane Sullivan, 3 carries for 19 yards on the night. Also looking at receiving, you had Mason Yoakum with 1 reception and a touchdown, 59 yards. Gabe Blanco, 3 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Mishler, 4 receptions, 34 yards and a touchdown. So your big guys came through tonight, Brian, and pretty much dominated the whole game from about the 3rd possession in throughout the rest of the game.
Well, the big stat.
The W.
The W.
Agreed.
Austin Rapp, got to be my player of the game
Agreed.
here tonight. But there were some guys defensively that played well as also.
Yep.
I think the big thing is hopefully he didn't come out here with any injuries.
That's right.
And you're going to have another team next week, Ridgeview, another 5A school.
Yep. Hopefully you can come out of there with no injuries as well.
Exactly. And do some things well and to run your offense, kind of like you did here tonight.
Absolutely. And you just want to take care of business each time you go on the road. They're the harder games to win a lot of times because the crowd doesn't necessarily come with you. But kudos to the McMinnville high school students and the parents and the supporters and everybody on the far side filling up a good portion of those stands on the far side, Brian. They did a good job supporting their team tonight.
Yes, they did. Final score, 42-0 Grizzlies here tonight. Next week on the road, we'll bring you all the action from Ridgeview High School, the Ravens. And I'm sure that we'll
have fun.
Who wrote the Raven?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while they pondered weak and weary over many years.
I was going to say next week you're going to have some of this.
No, I got it already.
You got it ready. Okay.
That was Mrs. Terry, AP US History or AP English.
There you go.
1986-87, and we had to memorize. I think it was the first stanza of that. So we'll see if I can test a little bit more on that one and how much I actually remember.
So next week we'll be reading Edgar Allan Poe. We'll be memorizing it.
So
We'll be reciting it. We'll be doing something.
Hopefully I don't put too many people to sleep before the game when I do that, though, because we want them listening live here on yamhilltoday.com.
You are correct. All right. Hey, thank you very much for being with us tonight. Please be safe out there. The next 24 hours or so is still going to be a little rough, it looks like. There's some evacuation orders in certain areas of Salem and stuff. So just be safe out there and just try to pay attention to wherever you get your news. Local news is so important, and hopefully everything comes out okay in the Salem area. And also I know there's some power outages, some power turnoffs or whatever. Be careful and try to be alert for those as well. So
Stay
be safe out there.
Yep,
Yes.
stay safe.
All right, final score, McMinnville 42 and Forest Grove 0. Thanks for watching here on yamhilltoday.com. For Jeff Ivey, I'm Brian Erickson. Good night, everybody. Drops back and dumps it off. It's a wrap. He cuts to the inside. For 2, the 10,
Nice.
the 5, touchdown. So, and here they go. They're going to drop back. Malman's going to throw across the center. It's intercepted! Intercepted right there by the linebacker. Here we go. Hutchinson drops back, looks to the right. He's going to take it himself. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies!